Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another action figure review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the new Spider-Man line. I guess technically this is the, what is this considered? The retro line? So it's similar to the like X-Men retro line, but it's for the Spider-Man. Technically it's kind of for the Spider-Man animated series. But essentially it's Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So that's what we're going to call it. Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Line. This is Marvel's Black Cat. So if you hadn't seen these before, what they've done is basically release the Marvel Legends Spider-Man series in the kind of throwback card art of the 1990s cartoon action figures. So that's what we got today. Black Cat in that animated style. Very cool looking. I really do like this throwback card art. The packaging, it definitely has that 90s feel to it, and I kind of came up during that time, so I had a lot of these 90s Spider-Man toys laying around, so I'm digging this packaging is what it amounts to. The artwork on the side could probably stand to have a little bit more done with it, but it is, again, supposed to be from that animated series, so that's pretty reasonable if they would try to use artwork from the series itself. Same thing with the logo and everything, and that background definitely has the feel of that original cartoon series, so I'm digging this very much. Flipping it over to the back here, it again still has that same vibe going on. It's pretty plain, has the kind of purplish feel to it. The slightly larger version of the artwork, and then a, I guess, kind of artwork-ish version of the actual figure itself, and then a small bio here. I also got a sticker here from GameStop, so on the shelf it was $22.99 plus member discounts or whatever. I think I got this for a little cheaper. It was on sale, but the sticker still says $22.99. It is copyright 2020 Hasbro, so it's been out for a little while. But I'm just now getting around to it, so yeah. We're going to tear into this and see what it looks like. I don't really have any of these specific the Spider-Man line yet, but I saw a Black Cat on the shelf and thought it looked pretty cool. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife here and just slice the bubble off. Have y'all seen any of these figures yet? Have you picked up any of them? If so, you know, what's your favorite one so far? I know I saw briefly I guess it was Spider-Man in his Peter Parker form, and I think they had Mary Jane Watson, and I can't remember who else. I know they had a Daredevil version, but these things, my local shops really aren't very good at carrying product, so yeah. There is the packaging without the figure in it. It still looks really cool. I like that background. It pops for me. But we're going to toss that to the side and take a look at what's in here. So we do get a couple of accessories in this kit, and let's just go ahead and get them out. Well, there's no tape on these, so we got this cool whip. Doesn't look like we have anything holding the figure in, so no tape or anything. So we'll just pull the figure out. So there is Felicia, Black Cat, and then we actually have a Black Cat as her other accessory. So we'll toss that to the side as well, and let's go ahead and zoom in here and take a closer look. So bear with me as I readjust the camera just a hair. That's probably going to do it. If it'll stay right there. Why is it being a little silly? There we go. So the figure itself is black and white, so probably isn't going to stand out a whole lot against the background here, so I may try to dial down it's not really helping too much. So we'll just kind of deal with it. So we'll start off with the accessories. The whip here, we'll try it like this. Pretty cool looking. It has a lot more detail than I was expecting here. So in the actual chain itself, or I guess it's braided leather. You can actually see the braids in there. The handle has some pretty good detail as well. And then the claw hook thing here also has a decent amount of detail. I'm actually pretty surprised at that. Made out of a very flexible plastic here, so you can get whatever posing you want done with that. It slips in her hand pretty easily. Her fingers are a little soft, so you have to kind of work it around in there a little bit, but once you get it in place, holds very, very well. You can do one hand, two hand, whatever you want there, but that works pretty well actually. So that's essentially the only real accessory we get. The other accessory is a sculpted cat. Cat has some pretty decent detail as well. It is non-posable, so it's kind of stuck in this pose, but decent amount of detail. They got the eyes nice and bright. You can see the fur sculpted on there. Pretty cool looking. You can even see the little pads on the feet. That is pretty awesome. I was not expecting that, but pretty cool. And we lost focus. There we go. I guess you can get it to wrap around her shoulder a little bit like this. But beyond that, kind of hard to get it to stay on. And I guess that actually is probably the best pose, is let it grab onto her arm like so. And it actually stays in place pretty well there. So I'm actually pretty surprised. I was not expecting that to work too well. I guess it can technically wrap around her leg as well. That actually works pretty good too. So you have some options anyways when you're displaying the cat. That actually looks pretty decent there. Not bad at all. So anyways, that's our other accessory. It kind of can sit there as well. Moving on to the figure itself, I'm still pretty well amazed at the sculpting on these Marvel Legends figures, which is essentially what this one is. Lots of detail here. Again, we'll try to dial this down so we can see it a little bit better. So you can see there is gray highlights in the white hair. Works really well for Black Cat here. Very nice looking face sculpt here. Lots of cool paint job going on there. Nice light pink eyeliner, eyeshadow, whatever you want to call that. Oops, I hit something again. But looks really nice here. The rest of the figure here, again, the white bits have a bit of gray to them, so it's not completely just white. They've got some nice highlighting going on, and again, it's kind of an off-white, which I'm a little surprised at, but it works really well here. It kind of looks gray. A light gray mixed with the darker highlight shades, but still very cool. So you can see the detail in that. I'm actually pretty surprised to see some of the detail, the fold lines here in like her shoes. A little bit of fold lines. Not a whole lot in the rest of her outfit here, but you can see like in the arms, you got some of that kind of leather bunching up there at the bends in the elbows and things like that. So that works really well. It's a very nice looking figure. Very, very cool. And I do like that collar. Let's see if we can dial that up, if you can see in there or not. But they've got a really nicely detailed collar around her neck there. It's got some nice different paint apps there for the silver spikes and the little buckle there at the front. Her hair is also fairly flexible, so that is pretty cool. But yeah, all around, it's a nice looking figure here. Her claws are actually sculpted onto her hands as well. Bear with me while I adjust this and let's see what we can do here. But you can see there, got little claws for fingernails. That is very cool. I like that. So yeah, very cool looking. Articulation wise, the head does spin 360 degrees. The hair is going to get in the way. You can move it around a little bit to get it to spin a little bit freer, but it does limit things a little bit. We do have just a little bit up and down motion, not a whole lot, not a lot of side to side, but there is a little bit there. We've got standard ball and swivel at the shoulder joints. Very nice. We've got a standard ball and swivel here at the elbow joints. It's a little sticky, but that should work out fairly well. Then we've got a swivel and a, is it a rocker? It is a rocker at the wrist. So very cool. Then we also get the mid-chest rib cage kind of ab crunch feature going on. So there's a lot of movement in there, and it is a ball joint. So it will move back and forth and left and right and all the way around. So you can go back about that far, forward about that far. Really nice there, actually. Standard plastic T-hooks at the hips and waist. Let me pull the light back up here and see if that helps a little bit. Standard plastic T-hooks here. So you can go forward like that, backward like that. And you can move it around and shift it a bit to go a little further if you need to. Fully extended about like that. Then we have a twist at the top of the thigh. We've got a double knee joint here. Very cool. Then it looks like the boot does not have a top boot cut. All we get is the standard rocker swivel joint thing here at the ankle. But all in all, that's not bad. A little surprised that we don't have an extra joint in there, but it is what it is. So all in all, the articulation on this figure is really nice. And the figure itself looks really cool. It definitely has that 90s cartoon vibe to it, and it still works really well with the rest of the Marvel Legends line. So I am really happy with this figure, actually. Kind of surprised at how well this actually is working here. We'll dial this down just a little bit so maybe we can get a little bit better picture there. But yeah, it's a really awesome figure. The accessories are really nothing to write home about, but we do have accessories, so that's a plus. The figure itself is pretty much going to stand on its own, and I'm digging it. So yeah, this is a cool figure. I'm really happy with this one. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching as always. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of Marvel's Black Cat. How does this figure compare with some of the other ones from the line? Do you have a favorite figure from this Spider-Man retro line so far? If so, well, what is it? Is there a figure you're specifically looking forward to seeing in this line? I know I was really enamored with a lot of the Venom figures in this particular line, or in the Spider-Man line, as it progressed. They did a lot of really cool stuff with that. They had the Doppelganger at one time was a really awesome figure, and they had some cool Venom variants and things like that. So, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to see where they go with this line here. Same thing with the X-Men retro line. I'm interested to see kind of what they ended up including in that as opposed to the regular Marvel Legends line. You can never tell exactly what they're going to do, but I don't know. If you're looking forward to something, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. And until next time.